Transformers. The toy line has existed for about 40 years now, and, well, let's just say there's been quite a few figures, and those figures have ranged in size. Now, the reason why I say this is because if you didn't see the title of the video, today I will be comparing sizes of Transformers and kind of looking at the evolution of size in Transformers. But yeah, starting off, we have the smallest figure that I own, which is good old Micronus Prime. Now, figure's obviously extremely small. He's like an inch tall, maybe two. But he's not large. Let's just say that. He is about as big as, like, I don't know, something small, let's just say that. But he is just extremely small in comparison to our biggest Transformer, which we'll be looking at later. But yeah, he is a small, and next up in the size bracket is our good old Galvatron, Core Class Galvatron, who's about double the height roughly. He's still on the small side, however, he's a little bit larger. Just a little bit though, not too much larger. Looks like, if this guy's like 2 inches tall, I don't think he's 2 inches, he's probably like an inch tall. Galvatron here is probably like 2.5 maybe. Next up, we have our next character in size, which is, if Galvatron would stay up, Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, who's a bit taller. Not too much taller, though. He's a pretty small deluxe figure, so that's why I decided to choose him over someone else. But yeah, as you can tell, we're getting a little bit bigger. We're climbing up the ranks. So that's something. Let's move out so we can get some more figures there in here. And that is, so let's just move them out of the way. Next up is Studio Series 86 Jazz, who's about 2/3 the height, Galvatron is about 2/3 Jazz's height. So yeah, he's quite large in comparison to Micronus. Now Micronus is about up to his knee. So yeah, we're already starting to increase pretty much exponentially at this point. But next up, unfortunately, I have no more table room in the first row for the most part, but we can figure something out. Nope, we do have space. Is our lower tier Voyagers / our large deluxes. Technically, this guy's a medium Voyager, but yeah, as you can tell, he's a little bit larger than Jazz. So yeah, now Micronus here is not even up to his knee. So we're starting to get somewhere, that's for sure. Alright, so our next figure, we're going to push these guys back, so that way you can kind of see where this is all going. We'll put you here, you here, you here, and you here. So our next figure is our larger tier Voyager / our smaller leader, which is good old Studio Series Optimus Primal, who's a little bit taller than Armada Starscream here. Not by much, though. He's about a head taller, roughly. But, as you can see, he is large. At least in comparison to Micronus here, who's like the size of a pebble. But, either way, we're definitely getting larger now. So then, we approach our medium leaders, which is, in this case, Optimus Prime. Who is about 2/3 the way up the knee for Micronus. So, yep, we're definitely getting on the large side. This is going to get bigger, though, trust me. But anyway, woof, we're definitely getting larger, so we'll have to move up another tier to get to our large leaders. And that large leader is Studio Series Grimlock, who barely reaches the top of the camera. So we're going to have to extend the size. Actually, wait, I extended it as much as I can. Alright, so as you can tell, he's like about halfway up to the knee. So we're certainly large now. If we weren't large before, this is definitely large now. But we're going to get larger. So, as you can tell, size comparison-wise, like, even Grimlock here is like 2 times the size of Jazz. But we can get larger. Studio Series 86 Devastator. I can't even, like, show you him in frame now because that's how large he is. So, he's really, really large. You can have them like hanging on top if you want, if it would let me. Here, let's have them on the top of the head. Here, I'll show you. But, all right, let's move that. As you can tell here, we're getting pretty large. So, as our final character for this thing, I do not have HasLab Unicron, so you're not seeing that. But what you can see is good old Legacy Metroplex, who is, oh, he fell. Who, as you could tell, is insanely large. We're at the top of Devastator's head right now, and we're up to good old Metroplex's forearm. So, we're going to have to zoom up more. And to show you how large this figure is, Micronus is about the size of his head. Here, let's get the... Look at this. He's about, like... So, if you stood him, like, he's about the same height. So, he's just large. It's just the truth. He is a large figure, to say the least. 22 inches tall on this guy. So, let's just say he's big. He can probably reasonably hold good old Micronus in his hand. There he goes. Oh. So let's put him on there. Oopsies. Ball joint knees. There we go. So let's stick him there. Alright, he's just gonna have to kind of lay there. But, yeah. As you can tell, he's fairly big. Even Devastator can't even, like, even Devastator can't reach the top of, well, he kind of reaches the top of his legs here, but to be fair, he does have pretty long legs. But yeah, at this point, we've reached to a point where it's like, it's just huge. Like, and mind you, sorry guys, HasLab Unicron is like, I think this guy here is about 2/3 HasLab Unicron size. So to say the least, there are large Transformers, and I recently watched a video about this Metroplex. That's like huge. It's almost 4 feet tall. It's 47 inches tall. It's huge. But this shows how much development has happened with Hasbro and just Transformers, that we are getting these big fat figures right here, as well as these guys, these little small boys that can fit in your pocket, now to 2 foot tall figures that literally engulf your collection. So yeah, anyway, that is it for the video. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.